As you can tell by the title and thumbnail of the video, we're going to talk about Lonzo Ball today. And it kind of pains me to talk about this because it's something that I hold near and dear to my heart. And that's a leg injury, a knee injury in particular, right? I'm someone who's grown up throughout my whole life with knee issues. I've had a ACL reconstruction surgery from playing a lot of basketball. And, reading this story really tugs at my heart, essentially. And so, as a lot of you guys may know, Lonzo Ball recently just came out and said that he couldn't really walk. He can't stand up. He can't run. He can't really move as well as he used to. And it kind of stems back to last year where he had this nagging knee injury, which led him to go ahead and get a surgery, right? Said he'd be out for some time, a couple months, and then next thing you know, he's out for the season. And then you kind of stop hearing stuff from there. And then you move on to the off season and you start seeing some news that he's going to return. This was early off season. Like, okay, that sounds good. He's going to be ready for the beginning of the year. And then I think it was sometime earlier this week, you see reports that he can no longer be as mobile as he used to be. And I don't know if it had to do with the surgeries he's gotten or some sort of disintegration of the interior of his knee. I'm not really sure what's going on. I know in the reports that I read, it showed that he essentially can't not move, but the doctors had never seen something like it, that he couldn't move, especially with someone as mobile as him, as young as him. And so that kind of just strikes me as weird. I have an article pulled up in front of me right now that is called Lonzo Ball's Painful NBA Nightmare, I Can't Stand Up. You read that, any casual person reads that, and they're like, oh, this guy isn't going to be able to walk anymore, isn't going to be able to play anymore. And I don't think that it's to that point just yet. I think with the money he has and the doctors he's able to get, there is definitely something that can be done. But I'm hoping that it's not something similar to the Brandon Roy situation where he kept getting, these surgeries. He kept getting work done on his knees. He doesn't let it heal properly enough. Sometimes all you need is just some proper rest. And I know these guys get paid tons of money to play NBA basketball day in and day out in practice. But sometimes you have to take a step back and, take care of yourself first for your longevity in the long run. And I think that's what a lot of these guys don't do because they think, well, I've been playing basketball for so long. I've never gotten hurt. This is what I get paid to do. This is my life. I need to keep doing it. And they don't realize the repercussions that can come after that, right? So I'm hoping that it really doesn't turn out to be kind of like a Brandon Roy situation where he has to retire early due to knee injuries. I'm very hopeful that Lonzo is going to make a return. I just want to kind of sit here and talk and kind of think it out and say it out loud that I'm hoping that he's able to return and he does the smart route and takes some time to himself to kind of heal himself. I think that's very important to do. He was an integral part of what the Bulls did last year. I would say he probably had his best year last year, both offensively and defensively. He put up 13 points, about 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Shooting from the field, 42%, okay. 3-point percentage was 42% as well, which is kind of crazy that he's become one of the better shooters in the NBA. When he started off his NBA career, people would make fun of how his shot looked, and now you kind of look to him to be a guy who can sit out there on the corner, on the wing, create his own shot, and also make that three-pointer that you need him to make at high efficiency. As well as his free throw percentage has gone up a ton. This year was very efficient for him. He went from a career total being like a 50.7% efficiency field goal percentage to this past year being 56, which is honestly a pretty good jump, especially for being a point guard and honestly a defensive first point guard, I would say at this point, maybe more of a playmaking first point guard, not so much seen as a shooter. But I think he's kind of an integral part of what the Bulls need to do moving forward. And if they want to get anywhere, they need him back. And kind of like as well as Alex Caruso, but I think Lonzo Ball needs to be their main focus for taking that next step and finally doing something in the playoffs, right? I think Lonzo Ball is really going to help that. And So I just kind of wanted to sit here and make a short video about my thoughts on this. I'm hoping that Lonzo Ball makes a comeback. I hope that none of his injuries mean anything, and I hope that he comes back as healthy as ever and he takes some time to take care of himself. Do I think his future is over? Not even close at this time. I think as long as, like I said, if he takes care of himself, he'll be fine. I don't think there's going to be any issues. But yeah, guys, that's everything I want to talk about today. Just want to make a short video on that. I hope that you guys enjoy this type of content. I'm going to try and, kind of dabble in a little bit more editing and make it more entertaining and fun for you guys. I'm kind of learning it myself, and I've been putting it off a little bit because there's so much other stuff going on in my life. But I'm going to take some time to do it myself and figure it out and make them as enjoyable for you guys. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in and joining. As always, there's going to be another video up in front of you. If you're interested in more of my content or you just want to see what I'm talking about, go ahead and click the video. And as always, you guys take care.